Super Robotnik is the next episode, and I can only assume that we are finally getting the long-awaited super form reveal for Robotnik. Sonic is done for now! And welcome back to Statue Watch. Last time it was really late in the episode, this time it's really early. So we have 4 this time. The first one was right at the beginning of the episode, so early that I could not get a screen grab of it without the title card on top of it, so sorry about that. Yeah, 1, 2, and to a lesser extent 4 are all basically the same statue with the same goofy face on it. I used episode 39, but we've seen this silly face before. It's nothing new, it's just the low quality Robotnik face head. 45-3 is easily the most interesting one though. I don't really have anything to compare it to. 32-6 is the only other time we've ever really seen it from the back, but even then, this one is way more detailed. And interestingly enough, like, the mustache actually looks more like eyebrows here. I'm not sure if that was intentional or if it's just some weird angling going on. It's a very fascinating piece to compare between these two. Anyway, back to the episode. The episode begins, as all episodes should, with coconuts. He's mopping the floors and making a mess of everything, dropping some chemicals into a bathtub. Then Robotnik shows up and trips over the mop, landing him in said bathtub. Coconuts attempts to get him out to no avail, so Scratch and Grounder have to get him out instead. Coconuts, my opinion of you is tanking fast. Scratch and Grounder succeeded where you failed. Robotnik catches Coconuts trying to sneak away, but before anything else, he becomes buff and gets a superhero emblem. My joke intro may actually be right for once, go figure. It's not just buffness either. Robotnik is the full-blown super now, complete with typical power set, flying, super strength, x-ray vision. Yeah, he's basically just Superman. For once, Coconuts is actually promoted to Super Lieutenant, while Scratch and Grounder are demoted to Under the Fortress. Super Lieutenant Coconuts is assigned with recreating the formula, much to his horror, as he has no idea what was in the original. He cut to Sonic and Tails, sitting down enjoying a picnic eating... It's the show you already know. Super Robotnik comes by surprising everyone, shaking the ground and ruining the picnic. Then Super Robotnik freezes Sonic and Tails with his freeze breath, sending them to Mobius's frozen wastelands. Back to layer, Super Lieutenant Coconuts has Scratch and Grounder doing inventory. Super Robotnik arrives with some stolen goods, while bragging about stealing candy from over 4,200 babies. What an amazing accomplishment, Doctor! Super Robotnik then deduces that Sonic is breaking out right this second, so guess what happens next? They're both free, though they do get covered in snow, so a slight slowdown. Super Lieutenant Coconuts is working on the formula, but instead, all he does is create sentient life out of nothing! That's worthless, and no scientist would ever recognize such an achievement! Go back to work! Eventually, he, Scratch and Grounder end up blowing up the whole room. Super Robotnik quickly finds out and yells at his useless minions for impending his brilliant Super Lieutenant. No, really, I know this sounds like the kind of thing I like to joke about, but he actually says this point blank.
I should have known better than let you two incompetents assist my brilliant first lieutenant.
Super Robotnik overhears the world leaders talking about how to deal with him, deciding to take action. Well, that didn't take much. Super Robotnik finally goes to check on Sonic and Tails, slowing them down and taunting that he has abducted the world's leaders. Super Robotnik's condition to free them is to defeat him in gladiatorial combat. Yes! 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 Beat the blue breath to a pulp, Super Robotnik! Tails and Sonic both seem to understand the situation too. Sonic's doomed to be exiled to Mobius should he lose, so come on, Super Robotnik, you can do it! In the next sequence, which was very obviously animated by a different studio, I mean, look at this, it's way uglier than the show standard. And not just the style, the whole segment feels like it belongs in a different episode. Sonic begins looking for Professor Von Schlimmer, of all characters? Tails meanwhile is sent to work on something. I don't know, not important. Oh, look at that, Von Schlimmer is right behind the bush. I'm also pretty sure he's intoxicated. Von Schlimmer shows Sonic an all-purpose exercise machine and juicer to help Sonic also get buff. The plan is also shot though as Sonic overworked the machine, destroying it in rubble. We cut to Tails, spying on Dumb and Dumber, hanging a portrait of regular old, not Super Robotnik. Well, Scratches anyway. Grounder calls him out for being stupid, which he is, but then Super Robotnik comes by and loves it, so who's the real stupid one? Unfortunately for Super Robotnik, though, he sits on an exposed nail that had fallen out in some earlier chaos, which leads to Super Robotnik realizing that his butt is the only part of him that isn't invincible. Yeah, this is still Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, alright, through and through. Sonic, Tails, and Von Schlimmer come up with a new scheme with this in mind. Get Robotnik to sit on a cushion with a weakening powder applied to it. Sonic goes in disguise to give it to him, and oh no, he's doomed. Of course he takes it, and is already sitting in it. Oh, just give Sonic the keys to Mobius already. Well, it's time for the Coliseum duel. So our combatants enter the arena with Sonic looking scared, and Super Robotnik being comforted by Super Lieutenant Coconuts with a paper plate to protect his butt. This is the TV show version of a flashing red weak point. It hurts to watch. The first event is an obstacle course. Sonic goes ahead as Robotnik files his nails. Oh, and he uses heat vision to immobilize Sonic and toss him out of the arena. That too. He also ends up bouncing on an elephant woman's breast for an uncomfortable amount of time. For kids! Super Robotnik effortlessly wins, taking the jeers in stride and bragging that he has only begun to cheat. I love you, Super Robotnik. Even if I know you are doomed to fail, you are still the best thing about the show by far. The second event starts, and it's just pinball. Oh, someone please spare me the pain and torture. Super Robotnik beats up Sonic, wins the second event, and sends him up to the sky like a baseball, somehow knocking an angel loose. Don't ask. Sonic falls from the sky in time for the final event, a battle over a pit of muck. Sonic actually wins this fight and takes the keys to the world leaders while he's at it. Super Robotnik falls into the muck and is reverted back into regular old Robotnik. Scratch and Grounder are petty and refuse to help him until they get their old jobs back, so they are re-promoted, but they fail anyway. Oof. Sonic is declared the winner as he runs to save the world leaders, despite him losing 2 of the 3 events. Yeah, okay, sure, stop asking stupid questions. Basic math is too much to expect from the show's target demographic. Sonic runs off to buy Tails and Chili Dog. The episode ends with the angel from the earlier gag zapping Robotnik with lightning powers. So the angels serve Zeus or what? This episode has made me ask questions about the deities of the Sonic universe, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for a comprehensive answer. The Sonic Says features Super Lieutenant Coconuts breaking things, and Sonic cleans up after him, with the moral being about chemical safety. It's alright. As for the episode itself, I actually think it's one of the better ones. It's not Robotnik Express, but honestly getting to see Robotnik on top of things for once is a really refreshing twist. The word super has lost all meaning, and I regret absolutely none of it. Saying the word super 27 times is a small price to pay. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Bye-bye!